certainly could pick it up again. Yves, again, going to be banned here by RRQ.
Did someone already use Lunox on this season?
I can't remember a Lunox. I don't think so.
I don't remember
I don't think so. I think last time was Suede Low, and the highs, it was season 11, I think.
But on the season 12, Lunox is not a debut yet.
Yeah, not yet. Lunox against a Grok, a Valentina, and Brody. Do you think that's an option that they can actually go for?
If they have enough CC, I think that's the option. But they need to play the long game. They need to wait until Lunox have 3 or 4 items before she can join the team fight.
I don't know if they allow that kind of snowball for the side of RRQ. I mean, we saw what they were able to do in game number 2 when they found that opportunity. Cho going to be taken away from the side of Aura Fire, forcing Naomi on a different hero. But then another option that Syndrome can utilize here is Faramis. I do understand that you're going against a Valentina, but what other choice do you have here? You can't pick up the Farsa.
Faramis ban is good for RRQ side if they don't want to make Aura Fire plays a very teamfight-oriented playstyle.
They go for the Farsa, so they say they want the Faramis. They want to go up against the Call Altar to steal the Call Altar. Now it gets really tough for Aura. No Farsa, no Yves, no Valentina, no Kadita. All of XINNN's heroes.
No Varia.
You're right, Novaria will be amazing up against this composition. Stops a lot of ambushes from happening, and that range certainly is going to be a big problem to deal with from RRQ. Let me go for the Kaja first.
Kaja can open map using the Ring of Order, and Kaja can easily picking up maybe Valentina or even Brody using the Divine Judgment, but Kaja need to be careful because Valentina can use the IMU to steal the Divine Judgment. Even it can backfire to aiming for Kabuki using that skill.
Yeah, and Kabuki, I don't think he wants to go Purify here. I don't think he can. He would either go for just plain Sprint or even Inspire. So RRQ, oh, there it is.
Jungle!
Kufra and Yuzong being picked up. Perfect to go into the back line. And you're right, like you mentioned, Grok, Jungle, and the Novaria last pick.
Wow, what an interesting pick, because using the Grok Jungle, it have the almost the same mobility with Baxia itself.
But I feel like that Yuzong pick is so valuable against the composition of Aura Fire.
Mainly against the Novaria. That Novaria is going to struggle.
Irritel too. We saw an Irritel be countered heavily. Just all he needs to do, Black Dragon form, backline, go for the Petrify, and it's GG.
But careful on the late game, because Black Dragon form, when try to chase for Irritel, Irritel can just giving the damage while running to the Yuzong.
I don't know, do you think this warrants a Purify?
On the Irritel?
There you go, he goes Purify.
Holy, on an Irritel.
That's all you can do. You can't sprint out of it. All you can do is try to purify your way out of Banana's siege. I think it's interesting. Let's see if it works out, ladies and gentlemen, as we welcome you into the Land of Dawn for the final game of the series. Will the Indonesian Hydras prevail against the Wavering Kingdom, or will the Kingdom step out once again as victors, claiming the heads of all the dragons here in Aura Fire?
Kabuki's choosing the Purify because he knows that they didn't have any bodyguards to cover against Kabuki. So that's why he needs to savor choice to make Kabuki easily run away if he gets aimed by the enemies using the Purify itself. Because Aran will focus on the front line. Even Samot will try to pick off the enemies.
Here though, you can see already that Van has a significant advantage when it comes to clearing compared to the Grok in the jungle. Quantum Charge, by the way, on the Grok jungle. Let's talk a little bit about this Grok.
Yep, with using the Quantum Charge, the Season Hunter, and the Tank Emblem for the Grok itself. So it makes Grok more sustainable during the teamfights happens.
It also gives a little bit more maneuverability for Ferxiic, right? He needs to be able to rotate quicker, so he opts for that Quantum Charge for that extra movement speed. But here, and it's working, right? They're able to invade. Aran's having a really tough time.
Not sure about that, yeah. He got the jungle creep, but you know you give more XP when you die. Ferxiic smacks him and gets a first blood, but RQ did send 4 members down below. That means Skylar is very vulnerable to a 3-man dive, maybe.
It's a dangerous movement. Even Skylar is being targeted on the top lane, but Naomi is there. Skylar facing against that, facing against Kabuki. Like Mirko mentioned before, the Brody might be had like a 50-50, right? When against Irrital, the matchup.
It's a bit more 50-50. It becomes a skill matchup here. Meanwhile, though, in the mid lane, better clear for Aura. They've also rotated towards the bottom lane, and despite Aran dying in the early game, they're still able to get him to level 4. Same level as Banana. He actually punishes Banana quite a bit, forcing a regeneration.
Samuel's not level 4 just yet, though, so I think in terms of pick-off, it's all fine and dandy. And in the top side, 1v1.
He's looking for a Tornapar memory. He gets a Tornapar memory, but Kabuki now is chasing him down. Might be a solo kill. Stun up. Oh, Flicker out. Black Dragon form. Wait, used up. Van versus Poissons here. Petri gonna be comboed in together. Van, oh wow, how? He still got it. Banana didn't get in range to get that. Ferxiic falls, and it's Aura with a massive capital W.
Well, the retribution still on point from Van, even though he's been chased by the enemies, and wow, it's different now. Why I'm choosing RRQ on this match?
You're just you're in Arashi's spot. Arashi's aura is getting to you.
But I'm not a biased man, so I just think about the draft. Really, trying to be honest.
It's okay. It does make sense. I do see the potential of the drafts coming in from RRQ, especially looking at it now. Skylar still has not been punished just yet, but things might be different because earlier on, Samuel wasn't level 4 yet, so he couldn't use that Divine Judgment to take Brody down, but now it's a different story. Samuel needs Flicker. Oh, he doesn't have Divine. Oh, now he does. Is this the right time?
He needs to wait. He needs to secure where is Naomi at. That's why Astral Echo is called out.
Shield Unity cancelling out Naomi's engage. Wild charge, the 1-2! And it's a Divine Judgment stealing it away, getting Samo HD low. Naomi's very low as well. Van goes in, Turtles and Poissons getting the damage reduction, but he's isolated from the team. No Tornapar memory, but they don't need it. Got to trade back. Oh, Skylar 1 HP. Kabuki not in range just yet. Tornapar memory and a big wall to cancel it out. XINNN is waiting for the Astral recall to be back up. He uses it, but it's only to go into the mid lane where Aran was able to shove it.
Unfortunately, there's not enough damage from the side of Kabuki just yet. It's too early in the game to follow it up. See? One single just basic attack onto Clayyy deals barely enough damage, and we need to understand that Skylar on the Brody is going to get that power spike a lot quicker. And so there should be a lot more playroom and damage for RRQ here in the early game.
He didn't want to overextend that movement, especially the second Lord is, the second turtle is coming now. So our buyers try to contest the turtle, but Van, his retribution are on point game.
Van looking for the drive-by here, gets stopped there, and that's a Divine Judgment despite the Divine Judgment 3. Oh, what happened to Aran? In the back, he gets caught! Not his normal split-pushing self. Instead joins a team fight, and it ends up disastrously.
Aran, due to mistakes on this third game. First, when he tried to stealing the Great Jungle. Then now, the second time is when he's tried to doing the flanking, but all of the RQ team is there. It's very dangerous movement from Aran, and it gives RQ more EXP. But our fire is still leading the gold until the 5 minutes of the game.
Barely though, right? It's gonna be instantly turned around, but Van goes in.
Shield Unity only connecting to Naomi, who has that bouncing ball. The Astral Echo reveals them. The Astral Sphere does not connect. And Aura somehow are still holding on to that 1,000 gold lead despite losing that turtle fight. Divine Judgment onto Clayyy, but Clayyy might be able to, get another Divine Judgment, and it's Naomi. It's a cheeky little kill there. Banana waiting in that bush. Aran forced to back away with a jab, dodges away from the Furious Dive, gets the shield back up, and escapes.
Yeah, because the Divine Judgment is used by the Lightning Ball, Miracle. He didn't have any flicker before, so that's why the friends, our virus member cannot following up somewhat movement. And it's a wasting Divine Judgment.
Oh man, Van, does he get it? Alright. Oh,
He did.
Okay, so Ferxiic still unable to get Van's buff away from him. But look at just the instant trade happening, the instant change. Aura Fire, because they lost that tower in the bottom side, RRQ can play around with that a lot better. just zoning in, going in for that purple buff. Meanwhile, Aura Fire, they don't necessarily have the space enough to utilize that because they haven't been able to get a single turret down so far.
So it's another disciplined game, Eterna.
RRQ.
Both of them didn't want to like having a big team fight to aim for the turret yet, but RRQ already got the outer bottom turret. And now the third Cardle. Who's gonna get it?
So he's trying to terrify Van. Look at the resources that they're spending here for Van. He instead rotates over towards that top side where they are able to trade this turtle for an objective. It's a structure, tier 1.
I kind of see the RRQ points why they are picking the Grok as the jungler, Miracle, because they want to securely saving the objective.
Oh, Skylar.
Has the flicker. Van shielded in the oh, flicker by Naomi. Beautiful. Wild charge, but Aran knocks him out. Wow, Clayyy is thrown in the Divine Judgment, looking for Aran now. Aran's trying to force it out. But with Skylar down, this gives Aura a bit more space to play around the map again.
And it gives Kabuki that space as well. I think he dearly needs it with how things have been going so far. But look at this. You can already see visibility here for the side of Aura Fire with that ultimate coming down in clutch. Skylar on the Brody picking up that Malefic Roar. Now, with that being said, how is it going to fare for RRQ in these team fights?
They need to aim for the winning condition like Clayyy, because Clayyy is not taken down yet. Eterna, I think that's the point if Aura Fire wants to win this fight.
Samo's going to be revealed here. He might have to sacrifice his life as the Black Dragon form is committed. And Samo, yep, he does lose his life. It's a torn apart memory. They are giving Skylar a lot of these resources, even giving the kill over. Poissance used by Van. Naomi not spotted in that bush, but they know he's there.
I think Aura Fire have too many single target, Mirko. The AoE damage is not enough because the Astra Recall, Astra Meteor is only like having a small AoE. It's different with RRQ because Skylar, we know as the Torn Pipe Memory, if the stack is connected to a lot of heroes from Aura Fire, the Torn Pipe Memories can connect to a lot of them. And Clayyy using the Arcane Shadow Strike is really important for him.
There's definitely a lot more tools that RRQ can utilize here in AoE and just plain initiation. And we're starting to see that RRQ are trying to capitalize over it. But even if you have a lot of tools to initiate, if you get poked down before you can even commit to it, I think that's what Aura Fire is trying to utilize, and that power is in the late game. So Aura Fire needs to buy some time for the Irithel to come online, as well as XINNN, who finally is able to get that Lightning Truncheon.
Yeah, especially Kabuki is not taken down yet until right now, so Irithel is the key to playing it until the late game before Irithel maybe can carry his team. But from RRQ said, don't forget that they have Skylar too. If Skylar have all of the items, it's gotta be painful from the damage from the Skylar itself.
Very, very painful. Look at the Wind of Nature for Kabuki though. He knows that Skylar's gonna be powerful. There's gonna be a Yuzong hunting him down. There's a lot of answers. Revenge in the Rage, Samo, even Divine Judgment, wow. 2 ultimates used up for Samo. Now 0, 4, and 3 has been read out like a book by RRQ. Meanwhile, Ferxiic, Power of Nature, to cancel out the CC. Aran though, doing a good job. That's split pushing, going at a tier 2. Banana's rotating over, and Aran needs to be careful here. XINNN got taken low, tier 2 falling. Aran still pushing. Black Dragon form used up.
Oh, Kabuki!
Kabuki, what? How did he get that kill? Just goes up now, the sprint on the Skylar. Aran is zoning him away from this Lord. Naomi and Banana still looking for an opening right now. Retry battle, Van! That's a wild charge, and Banana secures it for the team. Meanwhile, Aran in the back, trying to go in for a little bit of a fight there. Gets a sustain from the shielding of skill 1. But Aura now disengaged. They know they have lost the neutral objective battle, but they have won the team fight. They can use this to maybe defend and look for a siege.
That's a 1-for-1 trade, though RRQ, they still have the Lord, but Samo goes in. Ferxiic, will he be taken down?
No commitment.
All right.
It's lack of
Naomi!
Naomi, beautiful Tyrant's Revenge. Van now shield unity canceled out by Banana. And now he's caught in the midst of it all. Aran forced to look for a trade in the mid lane. He does find the tier 1. But ultimately, who is it worth for?
Well, Naomi using that flicker is on point by aiming for the scene itself. But now, with that moment from Aura Fire winning the team fights, he got a lot of objective from RRQ side, especially if we look at the items from Kabuki, Husk Claw, Berserker Fury, and Legion Sword. Even the Wind of Nature already there. So we know when the team fights happens, Kabuki gonna be the main damage dealer with that new Malefic Roar.
What?
Sin got it from downtown. There's a thumbs up.
Rico, yeah.
Beautifully done, taking it away. But I mean, in that particular situation, I would say that it was worth it for RRQ. The fact that they were able to regain control, and it's interesting, right? Because I thought from that early game with Skylar already at 3-1-4 that he would have the gold advantage. But Kabuki has done a really good job of just eliminating that gold disparity and even taking it up a notch by just a few hundred. Van going in for the fact that he can rotate towards that top side. They need to clear it as soon as possible to deny that structure away from RRQ.
Look at that sphere connected onto Skylar, taking him to half HP. And Aura, this is the advantage that they have. The Novaria, the longer the game goes, the more of a threat the Novaria is going to be. Despite the damage being, even if RRQ have that magic defense, it's not going to be enough because Sin mainly is going to be utility. He will reveal RRQ so easily.
Yeah, so they cannot hide easily from the Aura Fire side. That's why Novaria is very strong when this, like her team got the map control. But it's going to be a different story if Aura Fire needs to go on defensive. Novaria with that Astral Meteor, Astral Recall is not enough to clear the wave minion very quickly. That's why they need to play very wisely, like waiting for the moment from RRQ. They need to having that map control, never lose it.
Man, sorry, I was distracted by damage dealt. Clayyy is already #1 on the board. And that was before the Divine Glaive. Clayyy just secured it right before this neutral objective take in that Lord. And it might be very valuable asset here for RRQ to dish out that damage onto Aura Fire.
Yeah.
But that Lord it means that Aura Fire wants that Lord, the enhanced Lord that they gonna secure right now. They are waiting for Ferxiic, Banana, and the others RRQ member to come into the Lord pit.
Here with those full items. Aran is clearing out that bottom lane, doing Aran things. Astral Echo revealing Banana. Oh, Samo goes in for a flicker, but Banana escapes. Brilliant maneuvers by Banana. And now that's a big resource spent. No flicker, no surprises for Samo.
Oh no, and this is a 50-50 now. Van as well as Ferxiic, they're both at level 14. You can see that both teams are eyeing for this. I think they're looking for a reset here. Ferxiic forcing a reset. Looking for better positioning. They know that Clayyy is still behind, not available here in this Lord fight. But the waves are just constantly crashing. Aran trying to do that split push, trying to do their housekeeping.
Well, because they just clear the wave minion on the mid lane and Aran just do the housekeeping like Aran mentioned before on the bottom lane. I think Aura Fire have a little bit advantage more than RRQ in terms of the managing minion wave right now. And the Astral Echo is opening where the RRQ position at.
4-man Astral Echo there.
Information is power. In the 15th minute of the game, Naomi gets spotted as well. Mid lane tier 2 falls. Ferxiic looking for an opening. They want to go for a 50-50. Wild charge right there. Ferxiic gets it. Never a 50-50 when there's a Grok in the house. Clayyy finds a kill on the Samo, and it's a win for RRQ.
A small victory though for Aura Fire as Kabuki was able to get that mid-side turret. But like you mentioned, in the grand scheme of things, it is RRQ regaining control. There was a moment that Samo wanted to go for a pick onto Ferxiic, but he got knocked up, so he couldn't get in that Divine Judgment on time.
And even without any flicker, Samo is facing a hard time to pick off someone from RRQ. And now, the Lord is marching from the bottom lane. RRQ, are they gonna get all the base card from the Aura Fire? Since I mentioned before, Aura Fire didn't have any good heroes to like clearing the wave minion very quickly. They only like need to counting on Kabuki using the heavy crossbow.
But RRQ don't necessarily have that range either.
Aran though, he buys the he has the immortality. What? Wait, I saw an immortality. It was Naomi's. Okay, that's a free kill. Aran taken out. Now it might be an N angle. If Van gets caught again, Tar's Revenge and the Rage locking him down right now. As Van pops into Poissons, gets out of it. Kabuki is able to dish out some damage. Astral Echo revealing all the members. My god, Kabuki! Holy moly, that damage! He gets up for a bit, buys the immortality, sells it with nature. Ferxiic gets caught in the sphere. 4v5. Aura won a 4v5.
Well, that when Kabuki get his free position, he's a nightmare for RRQ team. They just lost 2 members from RRQ, and now Aura Fire just need to do defensively and gain that map control. But they lost 2 base turret in the middle and in the bottom lane. Look at the instant replay.
Yeah, let's take a look at what you mentioned earlier. Oh, we don't go far enough to see it. But I was wondering about the Immortal that you were talking about from Aran. But this was it. XINNN being able to open up that map. Ferxiic gets taken out by the damage from Kabuki, and then the instant turnaround happened. Because what I really wanted to talk about... Oh, wait a minute.
Revenge, Rage. Poison's used up. Van won't be able to survive this one. No torn apart memory needed. Samo now running away, but gets slowed down. He's going to lose his immortality, and he is going to lose his life for sure. Skylar picks up the mega kill. Aura Fire now 600 gold under. Aran's clearing out that bottom lane, but I don't think it's going to be a big problem. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the in-game equipment.
Yep. Because the Kabuki already have the Haskell, but Kabuki...
Oh, no.
Oh, he's dead. Divine Judgment. This might be it. Kabuki buys it with nature, pops it in time, but the Purify is not there. I think it's over.
It's gonna be the end.
3 members are out. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, what can XINNN, what can Aran do? Just the 2 of them. Do they have enough wave clear? Do they have enough damage to clear the lanes?
Yeah, they do. Fans up. No mini waves. Oh, wait. They're low. RRQ, that spear, took them really low. And now Aura are back, even though they lost that base turret. Yeah, RRQ needs to completely disengage. They need to reset here. They already have all the waves pushing their way towards Aura.
But lack of HP from Ferxiic, it's gonna be dangerous if he wants to contest the Lord. That's why maybe Aura Fire can thinking about like picking up Ferxiic first now.
I wonder if he's gonna go for a small swap in items. Usually we do see a Guardian helmet if they don't want to go back, but it doesn't seem like that's the case. He's trying to buy some time, trying to go for a recall here. Oh, that damage onto Clayyy, half health. Just 1 sphere.
And an Astral Echo to reveal Naomi. Now it's anyone's game. Despite that wave pushing, look at Aran. He's already sent down to do the dirty business, to clear out these waves. But RRQ knows this. They want to try to force it. They have a Black Dragon form to utilize. They have Naomi charging up that tower. Flicker! Beautiful by Naomi! Van buys the immortality. The wild charge is going to be used up. Van now loses the immortality. He's going to be taken out with a splash. And Aran, he rotated, but now what? He just goes into the midst of the team fight. Kabuki's free hitting. A Divine Judgment now onto Naomi. He's going to be taken low as Aran escapes. For a bit, Skylar though takes him out. Oh, Skylar flickers forward, gets a monster's kill, but nothing else. Astral Echo again. XINNN. Recall. Ooh. That might have taken Clayyy down. Naomi for Aran and Van.
They still need that Lord Miracle because when Aran shows up on the map, when Van is too in front, like offside on the position, shows up on the RRQ side, that's why they want to pick up Van using the Flicker, using the Tyrant Revenge and Tyrant Rage. But now, Aura Fire can steal the Lord.
Van's not here.
Samo's looking for the play. Ferxiic gets it. Wild charge. Dodged away from, I think this might be the end. Aura Fire. They're going to have to try to defend the siege.
Van wasn't there to go in for a contest anyway, so either way, it should have been 100% for RRQ in their hands. Taking a look at the in-game items, is there anything that we need to pay attention to before the last and final push from RRQ?
Yeah, all of them already have the full items. Even Valentina from Clayyy already built the Winter Truncheon. And Ferxiic with Naomi is waiting with that Ares Bell. I think they're gonna build with another item, with another defensive item. They need to secure it this game with that Evolved Lord.
And here it is. The siege coming in from the Kings of Kings. Can Aura Fire rewrite new history with Naomi missing that?
Oh, Samo, Divine Judgment, bringing Ferxiic back. He's going to be taken out. He has the immortality though. Kabuki, oh, he gets caught by Clayyy. Still with a bit of nature, but now it's Skylar who picks up the godlike. It's only XINNN who can deal damage in the back, and it's going to be a knockup for Naomi. Finding Aran and Samo in the back lane, gets a solo kill, and that's a double. Prince Aran is slain by the Kings.
The Prince taken down by the Kings. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, another victory for RRQ here in leg number 2. Rematch, but no revenge. As again, the Kings of Kings reign supreme today.
So, the YouTube student is loose against the real student of R7.
Truly is. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Despite the roster changes from Aura Fire, with Samo stepping in to replace Hai, with Kimura stepping out, replaced by Prince Aran himself,